So this is a very late um weekly prediction. Very late. I'm gonna film my predictions after this. I'm gonna do the recap real quick. Just finished watching the Blackhawks game. It is officially Connor Bedard's season. I'm completely emotionally checked out for this team. And honestly, that's good. If they win, great. But I don't want them to win too much. I think um, if we can stretch out our wins to once every 2 weeks, maybe, 15 to 20 wins tops, we'll be in a very good chance to much guarantee the first overall pick. They get Connor Bedard. That's who we need. He'll be a great piece. If we don't get him, that'll be really sad. But I'm sure those other pieces we can get. But it's generational talent. It is tank season. If there's a season to tank, it's right now because even if we made the playoffs, we would probably lose in five at best. After the performance I saw, so Hawks are in for a great tank season, and I'm all for it. Cheap tickets. I'm gonna go to a game or two. Let's go. Anyway, week 5 of the NFL has come and gone, and it was a good one. First things first, talking about Bears. Wins and losses aren't a priority during the season. This one hurt, mostly because of the ending. Fields should have won that game if it weren't for uh, that old Vikings receiver turned Bear. He messed up with that block in the back that ruined Fields' amazing rushing touchdown, and he literally fumbled the game away. So you blew it, buddy. But other than that, I felt more happy after this loss than I did after the Texans win, and I'm not even joking. After the Texans win, I was happy that we won, and that's about it. Fields had the worst game of his career. Everyone played like shit, pretty much. But this game, defense was ugh, but the offense was finally alive. First half was slow, but it's like I haven't seen. Occasionally you get a drive by Fields, but this was an entire half of just good play, and he played decent last week for a bit. Now it's an so it won't be easy. You know there'll be slumps. He'll have bad games and good games, but wins and losses shouldn't be a factor. It's all about development right now. That is all that matters. And if you look at it through that way, this was a win. This was a win in my book. But of course, it wasn't in the records. So, I mean, you look after that game, the Bears have a bright future. Vikings advanced to 4-1. They are in a two-game lead for the NFC North and looking comfortable. Because not only do they have a one-game lead, even if the Vikes were to lose and the Packers were to win, they still, if the Packers lose somehow and the Vikes can win next week, they might run away with the division. And I'm all for it. Next up, Giants, Packers. I think it's time to start taking the Giants seriously. You know, people can say, well, it's just a fluke. It's a fluke. Fluke, fluke, fluke. But Packers, they aren't the team they used to be, but they're still a legit good team. They shouldn't be taken lightly. And the Giants, they handled adversity. They came back and won a game against a legitimate opponent. They're 4-1 right now. People had them going 4-13. So unless there's some massive collapse and they finish the season like 1-10 or something, I mean they might even make the playoffs. I think they will. Hell, both New York teams make the playoffs. Who knows? Well, I think they're gonna win the Super Bowl or anything? No, but They shouldn't be underestimated. They've earned their respect. They get a huge win over the Packers. Come back from behind win. Great. Next up, we had a great offensive shootout between the Saints and the Seahawks. This game was way entertaining. I didn't think it would actually be that entertaining. I mean, Seahawks Saints isn't really what you would picture when you're thinking about a offensive shootout. But um, that's what we got. Geno Smith looks better than Russell Wilson right now. They won that trade. I'm confident in saying that they won the Russell Smith trade, and they won it pretty good. Next up, this game, Bucks soared to a early lead, nearly choked it. The worst roughing the passer call I think I've ever seen in my life happened in this game. Same thing with the Vikings game. Refs are fucking terrible. We are owed 2 makeup games next season. One for the Pittsburgh game and one for this, because refs fucked us over big time, and it was really annoying. But this is a great game by the Falcons. They played decent. The Bucks never win. Brady's going through a lot. They're 3-2. People are saying my original Super Bowl predictions on YouTube were Bucks Bills. I'm not feeling so sure about that right now. I think they win the NFC South. I think they make the playoffs. Yeah. Brady isn't gonna go out not making the playoffs at least. But they aren't really the favorite people thought they would. Next up, a blowout win. The Panthers looked terrible, and they. But if I'm a Panthers fan, I'm celebrating this because you got rid of Matt Rule, an incompetent coach. So that is a win on its own. I'll put you guys right there. Just enjoy that for a second. It's a win on its own. Panthers. You got rid of a coach that should have been gotten rid of a year ago. Um, you'll win other games this season. Don't worry. No team that has 1 win is going to finish with 1 win on the season. I think at the very worst, the worst team in the league will finish with 3 wins, probably 4. The era of 2 to 1 win teams in the NFL is coming to an end. I don't think there'll ever be another winless team in the NFL too. That was that fucking idiot that said Bears might legitimately go 0-17. Bears are gonna finish 7-10. Um, that was my uh, modest prediction. I thought they could have gone 10-7. I don't think that's gonna happen. Um, maybe if they can like go on a little streak here, maybe it's still an option. 8-4 to end the season, perhaps. Anyway, where was I at? Back going by the Niners. They're in the driver's seat right now. 2-game lead on the West. Kind of how I thought it would go. Rams have been very disappointing though. Cowboys, Rams. Cowboys sadly are. I thought they would. Actually, I predicted them to be pretty good. 4-1. The NFC East looks like a powerhouse, except uh this this one. And looking at their schedule, um, oh my God, um, uh, wow, yeah, they really don't have a favorable there. It's a little generous. I'll give them a 6-11 record. They're a 6-11 team. Um, but yeah, Commanders are going through it. Um, Cowboys ran all over the Rams. at this point, as a Rams fan, you got to start to worry about if your team's even going to make the playoffs, let alone um let alone defend the Super Bowl crown. Um, so I mean, who do the Rams play? Okay, looks like you're lucky. Um, looking at your upcoming schedule, you got a winnable game there, and you got a team that dominates you regularly. You got the Bucks, you got the Cardinals, Saints, Chiefs. You got a little easy stretch here. Packers are gonna beat you. Probably can beat the Broncos. Yeah, just they have a rough schedule, and it's just. Next up, Eagles, Cardinals. I knew the Eagles were gonna be good. I predicted them to go 10-7. In the beginning of the season, or 11-6. I don't remember. I think it was 11-6. I knew they were gonna be a good team, but they are exceeding expectations. It was a rough win, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you win, 42-10 or 13-12. A win is a win. Now, obviously, when it turn like the eye test, some wins are better than others. You know, a 3-point win over the worst team in the league after nearly choking away the league is not going to be treated the same as some massive uh, rout of a good team. You know. Overall, 5-0, best team in the NFC, best team in the NFL. We'll see how long that lasts. I think they're legit. This game was fucking terrible. I'm not going to talk about it. The Patriots and the Lions. Okay, I'll talk about it a bit. Both the quarterbacks looked terrible. Russ didn't cook all that well. Matty Ice froze up. And he didn't look all that good. Just bad. Colts won, I guess. They're 2-1. Patriots, I thought the Lions were going to be better. It's just, I hate. We need to launch a military operation to liberate the Lions from whoever runs the team because they were so entertaining, so engaging. And this is how they treat their fans? Like, are you fucking kidding me? A shutout versus the Patriots? This isn't like the 2008 Patriots or whatever. This isn't the, 14-13 win Patriots at peak Brady. This is the post Brady Patriots led by a third string quarterback. If that was peak Brady, they probably would have lost like 56-3 at best. It's rough. It's really rough. And I feel really bad for those fans. And Lions fans, who are you playing this week? Oh, you're on a bye week. I'll get the Lions that. And oh my God. Oh, wow. In all honesty, wow. I think they can win this one versus the Dolphins without Tua. They won't win against them. I think my Bears will win a close one. Giants, Bills, I think they'll beat the Jags. I think they'll upset the Vikings. I think they'll beat the Jets. I think they'll beat the Panthers. I think they'll beat the Bears. And I think they'll beat the Packers. They'll finish the season strong. Which would fuck up their tank. Because at this point, they'll be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They'll be 2-9. I think they have a very easy slate. I think the Packers will be fighting for a playoff spot here, and I think they might upset. For that, I might change that. If the Packers are fighting for a playoff spot, Rodgers is going to go all out and single-handedly carry that team. Um, rough game. Another boring game. The Commanders um, fought hard. Carson Wentz played like a quarterback, I guess. Titans, technically they're leading. Are they? I don't know. Um, that whole division just really isn't that good. It is what it is. This was surprising. The Jets put up 40 against the Dolphins. The Dolphins are going through it right now. Um, they started off 3-0, of course, and the two injury happened, and it's all downhill from there. And it wasn't pretty. And they got to right the ship week 6. Who are they playing week 6? Oh, good luck. But yeah, next up, Bills and Steelers. Wow. Yeah. I watched a little bit of highlights of this. It was a massacre. Bills are legit. They're coming out of the AFC East. They're coming out of the AFC East as champs, and they're coming out of the AFC. They were my Super Bowl favorite in the beginning of the season. They are still my Super Bowl favorite. Their only loss, I think, was mostly due to Tua balling out and the heat and injuries. And if you look at their schedule, they win a close win versus the Chiefs. They blow out the Packers. They blow out the Jets. Wins against them. Wins against them. I think maybe, and I think they're gonna get upset by the Jets. 2 wins over the Bears. I think give me a win over the Bengals. And then I think Patriots will beat them. Bills backups. Patriots will beat the Bills backups. 14-3. And now this doesn't mean when I put that, this is like I think they'll lose one of these games, but actually no, I think let's switch that around. I think you know coming off a bye, big win. I just think Jets get lightning in a bottle. I think uh yeah, and they could lose against the Chiefs, but I think at worst they're gonna go 12-5. Great win by the Bills, utter domination. It's not gonna be fun. Next up, Texans and Jaguars. This game was wow. Yeah, it was boring. Um, I don't have Red Pass, so what I do is I I check Twitter for most of my highlights and scores every few minutes. I should get Red Zone. If someone wants to give me free Red Zone, that'd be much appreciated. I am planning on getting my videos monetized soon, so that could be something I might get. That way I can watch. I can just do straight football for from 12 to 7:30. Football, football, football. But yeah, Texans got their first win. Um, Now every team in the NFL does not have to worry about the dreaded 0-17. I mean, the Jags got that tie week 1, but I'm pretty sure no one's gonna be like, "Oh, you guys went 0-16-1." That's equally embarrassing. Um, and then you got the Chargers and the Browns. Browns choked it. Chargers. It was an ugly game. Browns really got to right the ship soon. Another game that they should have won. A lot of teams in the NFL do this. They just, you know, they beat themselves more than their team beats them. That's why good discipline, keeping the momentum going is a big part of winning. You don't only have to be better than the team. You got to be a little lucky. You got to keep the discipline. Make a lot of games winnable with that. Next up, you got the Bengals, Sunday Night Football, Ravens. Good game. Ravens, much needed win after really, really rough, heartbreaking losses to the Dolphins and Bills. Bengals, I think, will be fine. They got a lucky year. I'm not gonna call it a fluke just yet, but there's still plenty of time in the season. We're not even halfway done yet. I'm not gonna take playoff pitches into a real account until week 9. Now, I'll do a separate video after week 9 looking at the playoff pictures. Good win, though. And finally, Monday Night Football. Terrible refing for some of these calls that ruined the game pretty much. Bad call at the end, bad call for fumble. Devontae Adams murdered a cameraman, and he's going to go to jail, apparently. Probably not. Probably have to pay a fine. Raiders are going to go through hell to make sure he doesn't. Because 6 months is the season. They're going to pay whatever money it takes to get him out of, keep him out of jail. And it's going to work. Good win by the Chiefs. They were down by a lot. Great comeback. That just proves how special this Chiefs team is. Patrick Mahomes is generational talent that I don't think would have worked anywhere else besides Kansas City with Andy Reid. Great game. It's it's about time that primetime games are entertaining because they've been letting us down. However, the animations need to stop. That shit's weird. Anyway, see ya.